సైలెంట్ గా ఉండే. వెరీ గుడ్. దోమలు వస్తే పర్లేదా అని ఓపెన్ చేసి. Good day, everyone. My name is Shamu Prasad Zakka, and I'm a beta Microsoft Learn student ambassador. With a deep passion for cloud computing and security, I'm excited to share insights on securing our Microsoft Azure environment today. Cloud security is a critical topic for business, and with Azure being a market leader, it's essential to understand how to leverage its security capabilities fully. Throughout this presentation, we'll explore practical ways to safeguard your cloud resources while adhering to best practice and compliance requirements. Let's dive in. So, I I give a warm welcome to you all, my friends. Already, hope you have watched the series like part 1, part 2, and part 3 of Azure, and this is the part 4 of Azure, ending the Azure series. So, I think hope you enjoyed and you would enjoy this presentation and session also, and hope you will participate enthusiastically. So, I would like to welcome to Azure Security. So, introduction to cloud security. In this digital era, cloud environments like Azure are essential for business. Sorry, but they also come with unique security challenges. The rise in cyber attacks demands a comprehensive approach to securing cloud infrastructures. Why Azure Security? Azure offers an advanced set of tools designed to help organizations protect their data, applications, and network. This presentation will walk you through how to use Azure's security features effectively. Security threats landscape. Cyber threats are continuously evolving. Businesses need to implement robust security measures to protect against data breaches, ransomware, and inside threats, especially in cloud environments. Shared responsibility model. Azure follows a shared responsibility model where Microsoft secures the infrastructure, but customers are responsible for securing their data, applications, and networks within the cloud. We have some layers of security. A key concept in Azure security is defense in depth. This involves applying multi layers of protection, including identity, network, and data security to reduce the risk of attacks. Identity and access management. Managing identities securely is a foundational aspect of cloud security. Azure provides tools like Azure Active Directory and role based access control to manage user access. Compliance focus. Meeting industry regulations is as important as securing data. Azure helps organizations comply with standards like GDPR, HIPAA, and ISO 27001. Security best practices. Implementing best practices such as multi-factor authentication and monitoring threats in real time through Azure Security Center is critical. Collaboration For security, security is a team effort. It requires collaboration between IT teams, security experts, and even employees to ensure policies are enforced. Preparing for the future. As the cloud continues to evolve, so must your security strategies. Adopting a forward thinking mindset will allow you to secure your Azure environment effectively and stay ahead of new threats. So let's walk today's agenda. Today we will cover essential aspects of Azure security, focusing on understanding the tools Azure provides and how to use them to protect your environment. Introduction to security tools. We'll start by introducing key Azure security tools like Azure Active Directory, Key Vault, and Security Center. These are the pillars of securing any Azure environment. Compliance and governance. Compliance is non-negotiable in the cloud. We'll cover government tools like Azure policies and blueprints that help ensure your resources adhere to legal and organizational standards. RBAC demo will perform a demo on how to set up role-based access control, a fundamental aspect of managing access to your resource securely. Policy demo will follow this with a demo on implementing policies using Azure Policy, showing how you can enforce compliance and governance throughout your organization. Best practice discussion. We'll discuss best practice including least privilege access, continuous monitoring, and disaster recovery planning. These practices will fortify your environment. And a Q&A session after discussions and demos. There will be a Q&A section where you can raise any questions or concerns related to securing your Azure environment. Interactive feedback. Throughout the presentation, we encourage you to engage with us. Security is an ever evolving field, and your insights will make this a more enriching session. Excuse me, one moment, please. Sorry for the interruption. Uh, so, takeaways. By the end of today's session, you will walk away with a clear understanding of Azure security tools, best practices, and how to ensure compliance within your organizations. So, next is we will wrap up with the guidance on applying what you have learned today and resources to further enhance your Azure security knowledge. Understanding Azure security. Azure Active Directory. Azure AD is Azure's identity and access management service, providing a robust platform for managing user identities and securing access to applications and resources. Single sign-on. Azure AD's SSO feature allows user to access multiple applications with a single set of credentials, streaming access while improving security. Multi-factor authentication. MFA is a must in modern security. It adds an extra layer of protection by requiring a second form of identification, reducing the risk of unauthorized access. Role based access control. RBAC allows administrators to assign roles to users based on their job function, ensuring they have access to only what they need, minimizing security risks. Azure Key Vault. This tool is essential for storing and managing cryptographic keys and secrets such as passwords, connection strings, and API keys, all in secure centralized location. Azure Security Center. Security Center provides continuous threat protection and helps maintain security best practices by giving insights and recommendations tailored to your specific environment. Advanced threat protection. Azure offers advanced threat protection that monitors suspicious activities in real time, enabling you to respond to threats as they occur. Regular audits and access reviews. Regularly reviewing who has access to what in your environment is crucial for maintaining security integrity. Azure offers tools for automating these audits. Compliance monitoring. Azure helps organizations continuously monitor their compliance posture by integrating with tools that check whether resources are aligned with regulatory standards. Continuous improvement. Azure's security ecosystem is ever evolving, with new features regularly added. Keeping up with the latest developments is key to maintain a secure environment. So, next is the demo of setting up RBAC. So, introduction to RBAC. RBAC means role based access control, is a method of regulating access to Azure resources based on the roles of individual users. Each role defines a set of permissions and users granted these roles to perform the task securely. Importance of RBAC. RBAC helps enforce the principle of least privilege, ensuring that users only have the access they need to perform their work. This reduces the potential attack surface within your Azure environment. Custom role creation. In this demo, we'll walk through the process of creating custom roles within the Azure portal. Custom roles are essential when default Azure roles do not fully meet your organization's needs. Assigning roles. Will demonstrate how to assign roles to users and groups. This step ensures that only authorized personnel have access to specific resources, further enhancing your security posture. Role scope definition. RBAC allows for granular control by defining the scope of roles. We will explore how to assign roles at different levels, such as resource groups or subscription, ensuring that permissions are tightly controlled. Monitoring RBC assignments. Once roles are assigned, it's crucial to monitor them for compliance. Azure provides auditing tools to review RBC configurations and identify any misconfigurations or unnecessary permissions. Automating role assignments. To maintain efficiency and consistency, we will explore how to automate role assignments using Azure Automation and PowerShell scripts. This will ensure that secure policies are applied consistently across all resources. RBAC security best practices. We'll go over security best practices such as regularly reviewing role assignments, using built-in roles where possible and minimizing the number of global administrator. Access review. Azure Active Directory offers access review which allow you to periodically review and recertify user access to resources. We'll demonstrate how to set up automated access reviews to maintain compliance and security. This demo will provide you with the practical knowledge on setting RBAC, creating custom roles, assigning them users, and monitoring their usage. This is a critical component of maintaining security in Azure environment. Now I would like to explain the steps of this demo. So first step is access the Azure portal. Open the Azure portal by navigating to the portal azure.com and sign in with your Azure account credential. Excuse me. The Azure portal is a primary interface where you manage your Azure resources. Once logged in, you will be able to access all services and configurations, including RBAC settings. Navigate to the resource group or subscription. In this search bar at the top, type the resource group or subscriptions. Depending on where you want to assign the role, select the appropriate resource or subscription you want to manage. RBAC can be applied at multi levels in Azure, such as subscription, resource group, or specific resource. The scope at which you assign roles determines how widely permissions apply. Assigning at a border level will cascade permissions down to all contained resources, while assigning at a narrower level will limit permissions to just that resource. Third step is go to the access control section. Once the resource group or subscription, click on access control from the left hand navigation menu. The access control page is where you manage your user permissions for the resource. It provides an overview of current role assignments and allows you to add, edit, or remove access roles. Click on add role assignment. On this access control section, click on plus add button, then select add role assignment from the drop down menu. Role assignment is a process of granting access to user, group, or service principal. This option allows you to choose which role to assign and to whom. So next is select a role. A panel will appear showing list of built-in roles such as owner, contributor, reader, or custom roles if any exist. Select the appropriate role based on the level of access required. Azure has several predefined roles. Owner, full access to all resources including the ability to delegate access. Contributor can manage resources but cannot grant access to others. Reader can view all resources but cannot make changes. Custom roles, you can also create and assign custom roles if the built-in one don't fit your specific needs. For this demo, choose a predefined role to keep things simple. So assign the role to a user, group, or service principal. In the select section, search for user, group, or service principal you want to assign the role to. You can search by name, email, or object ID. Azure RBC allows flexibility in assigning roles to different identities. Individual users, individual within your organization, groups, collection of users, which simplifies management by grouping permissions, service principals, applications or services that need access to Azure resources. In this demo, select a user or group to show how role assignment works. Review and confirm the role assignment. Once you have selected the role and the user or group, click Review plus Assign. Review the details to ensure that you are assigning the correct role to the right person group, and then click Assign. It's crucial to double check assignments to prevent granting excessive permission, ensuring that roles ali- align with the least privilege principle, which is a key security practice. So next is verify role assignment. After assigning the role, you will return to the IAM overview. Here you can see the list of current role assignments under role assignments. Confirm that the role you just assigned appear here. Verifying that the correct roles are assigned ensures that your access control policies are in place and functioning as expected. If something is wrong, you can edit or remove the role assignment here. Next is monitor role activity and compliance. Azure Security Center and activity logs can help you monitor how roles are used within your environment. Navigate to Security Center to set up monitoring for any anomalies or unexpected role changes. Monitoring is essential to ensure that role assignments do not lead to unauthorized access. Azure Security Center will allow you to unusual activity, while activity logs provide a detailed audit trail of role assignments and usage. Excuse me. Sorry, sorry for the interruption. It is due to my health issue. So, Azure Security Center will alert you to unusual activity, while activity logs provide a detailed audit trail of role assignments and usage. So, best practices and wrap up. To conclude, remind your audience of best practice. Use built-in roles whenever possible instead of creating custom roles unless necessary. Review role assignments regularly to ensure that users still need the permissions they have been granted. Follow the principle of least privilege. Only assign the minimum required permissions to reduce the risk of unauthorized access. Use Azure Access Review tools to periodically audit and confirm that users still require the roles they have been granted. By following these steps, your organization will be able to efficiently manage access to Azure resources while maintaining a high level of security and compliance. Again, I'm going to explain this demo in detail so that you can, if you didn't understand any point, you can just note down the point more carefully and cross check and able to confirm that you are more clear. So once again I'm repeating every step. So first step is that access the Azure portal. Open the Azure portal by navigating to http slash slash portal.azure.com and sign in with your Azure account credentials. The Azure portal is the primary interface where you manage your Azure resources. Once logged in, you will be able to access all services and configurations. The Azure portal is the primary interface where you manage your Azure resources. Once logged in, you will be able to access all services and configurations including RBAC settings. Second step is navigate to the resource group or subscription. In the search bar at the top, type resource group or subscriptions. Depending on where you want to assign the role, select the appropriate resource or subscription you want to manage. Explanation: RBAC can be applied at multiple levels in Azure, such as subscription, resource group, or specific resource. The scope at which you assign roles determines how widely permissions apply. Assigning at a border level, like subscription, will cascade permissions down to all content resources, while assigning at a narrower level will limit permissions to just that resource. Go to the access control section. Step 3. Once in the resource group or subscription, click on access control from the left hand navigation menu. The access control page is where you manage user permissions for the resource. It provides an overview of current role assignments and allow you to add, edit, or remove access roles. Click on add role assignment. In the access control section, click on the plus add button, then select add role assignment from the drop down menu. Role assignment is the process of granting access to a user, group, or service principal. This option allows you to choose which role to assign and to whom. Next is select a role. A panel will appear showing a list of built-in roles such as owner, contributor, reader, or custom roles if any exist. Select the appropriate role based on the level of access required. Azure has several predefined roles. Full access to all resources, including the ability to delegate access. Contributor can manage resources but cannot grant access to others. Reader can view all resources but cannot make changes. Custom roles. You can also create and assign custom roles if the built-in ones don't fit your specific needs. For this demo, choose a predefined role to keep things simple. Assign the role to a user, group, or service member, which is step 6. On this, in the select section, search for the user, group, or service principal you want to assign the role to. You can search by name, email, or object ID. Azure RBC allows flexibility in assigning roles to different identities, users, individuals within your organization, groups, collections of users, which simplifies management by grouping permissions, service principals, applications or services that need access to Azure resources. In this demo, select a user or group to show how role assignment works. Review and confirm the role assignment. Once you have selected the role and the user or group, click Review plus Assign. Review the details to ensure that you are assigning the correct role to the right person or group, and then click Assign. It's crucial to double check assignments to prevent granting access permissions, ensuring that roles assigned with the principle of least privilege is a key security practice. So next step is verify role assignment. After assigning the role, you will return to the IAM overview. Here you can see the list of current role assignments under role assignments. Confirm that the role you just assigned appears here. Verifying that the current roles are assigned ensure that your access control policies are in place and functioning as expected. If something is wrong, you can edit or remove the role assignment here. The next step is monitor role activity and compliance. Azure Security Center and activity logs can help you monitor how roles are used within your environment. Navigate to Security Center to set up monitoring for any anomalies or unexpected role changes. Monitoring is essential to ensure that role assignments do not lead to unauthorized access. Azure Security Center will alert you to unusual activity, while activity logs provide a detailed audit trail of role assignments and usage. Best practices and practices. So I would like to suggest some of the best practices, that is use built-in roles whenever possible instead of creating custom roles unless necessary. Review role assignments regularly to ensure that users still need the permissions they have been granted. Follow the principle of least privilege. Only assign the minimum required permissions to reduce the risk of unauthorized access. Automate role assignment reviews. Use Azure's access review tools to periodically audit and confirm that users still require the roles they have been granted. By following these steps, your organizations will be able to effectively manage access to Azure resources while maintaining a high level of security and compliance. So, moving on to our next slide, compliance and governance essential. Introduction to compliance. Ensuring that your Azure environment complies with legal and regulatory standards is not just about security, it's about trust and risk management. Excuse me. Azure offers several tools to help organizations meet their compliance obligations. Azure Policy. Azure Policy allows you to define and enforce rules across your Azure environment. For example, you can enforce policies that restrict virtual machine sizes and ensure that resources are tagged properly for auditing purposes. Azure Blueprints. Azure Blueprints provide a way to define a repeatable set of Azure resources that adhere to your organizational standards and policies. We will discuss how to use blueprints to deploy compliant environments quickly. Azure governance tools. Azure offers a suite of governance tools including resource manager, policy, and blueprints that make it easier to manage, audit, and ensure compliance across your entire cloud infrastructure. Built-in compliance assessment. Azure offers built-in compliance assessment which allow organizations to evaluate their environments against industry standards such as ISO 27001, SOC 2, and HIPAA. We'll review how to run these assignments. Tracking compliance violations. Azure policy allows for real-time monitoring of compliance violation. For example, if a resource is created that does not meet our organization policy, Azure flag it for review. Automated remediation. Azure policy also supports automated remediation where non-compliant resources are automatically corrected. For example, if a resource is created without proper tagging, Azure can automatically apply the required tags. Auditing and reporting. Azure provides robust auditing and reporting capabilities, allowing organizations to generate detailed compliance reports for internal use or external audits. This is essential for demonstrating adherence to regulatory requirements. Cost management governance. Effective governance also involves managing costs. Azure provides to have 1 minute. Azure provides tools to help monitor and optimize resource usage, ensuring that your environment is not only secure and compliant but also cost effective. Governance best practices. We'll conclude this section by discussing governance best practices such as implementing a tagging strategy, using blueprints for standard deployments, and regularly reviewing policy definitions to adapt to new regulations. So moving on to our next slide, demo implementing Azure policies. Excuse me. Sorry for the interruption. So, introduction to Azure policy. Azure policy is a service that you use to create and assign and manage policies. These policies enforce different rules and effects over your resources, ensuring that they compile with your organization's standards. Why policies matter? Policies help maintain compliance by enforcing organization rules automatically. Without policies, it's easy for environments to drift from compliance over time. Creating a custom policy. In this demo, we'll walk through the process of creating a custom policy from scratch. This could be something as simple as ensuring all virtual machines are encrypted, or as complex as limiting resource creation in certain regions. Assigning policies to resource group. Once a policy is created, it must be assigned to a resource or resource group. We'll show you how to assign policies at different levels: resource group, subscription, or management group to enforce compliance. Monitoring policy compliance. After policies are in place, it's important to monitor compliance. Azure provides dashboards that show which resources are compliant and which are non-compliant. Remediating non-compliance. We also show how to set up automated remediation tasks. For example, if a policy requires all resources to have a specific tag and a new resources is created without it, Azure can automatically apply the tag. Policy inheritance. Azure supports policy inheritance, meaning that policies applied at a higher level are automatically inherited by lower level resources. This resources ensures consistent policy environment across your entire environment. Built-in policies. Azure offers hundreds of built-in policies that cover common compliance and governance needs. We'll demonstrate how to use these built-in policies to quickly get started with enforcing governance in your Azure environment. Compliance auditing. Once policies are applied, Azure provides auditing capabilities to help you track changes and ensure compliance over time. This audit logs can be critical during security assessments or audits. By the end of this demo, you will have a thorough understanding how to create, assign, and monitor Azure policies to enforce compliance and government in your Azure environment. So now I would like to explain the steps of creating policies. So kindly note down each step with utmost importance and kindly keep a note of it at one place so that can refer in future. So first step is access the Azure portal. Open https portal.azure.com and sign in with your Azure credentials. The Azure portal is the interface for managing Azure resources, where you will implement and manage policies that enforce organizational standards. Second, navigate to policy. In the search bar at the top of the Azure portal, type policy and select policy from the search results. Azure Policy is the service that helps you create, assign, and manage policies to ensure rules on your Azure resources, ensuring compliance and governance across your organization. Create a new policy definition. In this policy dashboard, click on definitions in the left hand menu. Then click the plus policy definition button to create a new policies. A policy definition is a rule that you want to enforce on your resources. Azure provides built-in policy definitions, but you can also create custom ones that fit your organization's specific needs. Select where the policy will be applied by defining the scope. This can be at the subscription, resource group, or management group level. Scope defines where the policy is enforced. If you apply a policy at the subscription level, it affects all resource groups and resources within that subscription. Assigning policies at narrow scope allows for more granular control. Fifth is choose or create the policy rules. In this policy rules section, either select a built-in policy or create a custom rule. Azure provides many built-in policies. Policy rule determines what condition must be met for compliance. A rule could enforce a requirement that all resources must have a specific tag or that only specific type of virtual machines can be deployed. Set the policy parameters. If the policy requires parameters, set them here. For example, if you are using the allow locations policy, specify which region resources can be deployed in. Parameters allow for flexibility within policy definition. They enable you to customize a policy to meet specific needs without creating multiple versions of the same policy. Assign the policy. After creating the policy definition, return to the policy overview and click assignments. Then click plus assign policy to apply the policy to specific scope. Assigning a policy is the process of making it active. You can assign policies to different scopes, subscription, resource group, etc., determining where and how the policy will be enforced. Set the assignment scope and exclusion. Define the scope of the policy assignment by choosing which subscription or resource group the policy will apply you. You can also define exclusions, which allows you to exclude certain resources or groups from the policies. By specifying the scope and exclusions, you can ensure that the policy only applies to intended resources. This is useful when you have exceptions or specific resource groups that should not be governed by a particular policy. Review and apply the policy assignment. After setting the scope and parameters, review the policy details to ensure everything is correct. Then click Assign to apply the policy. Reviewing the policy ensures that you are applying the correct rules and parameters to the intended resources. It is important to double check details to avoid enforcing unwanted restrictions on critical resources. Once the policy assigned, next monitor compliance with the policy. Once the policy is assigned, you can monitor compliance from the policy dashboard. Azure will provide a compliance state for each resource, indicating whether the resource complies with the assigned policy. Compliance monitoring allows you to track which resource adhere to your policy and which do not. Azure automatically assesses all resources within the policy scope and provides insights on compliance levels. Non-compliant resources are flagged and you can take corrective action if necessary. I would like to discuss additional features of Azure policies. Automatic remediation. Azure policies allows for automatic remediation of non-compliant resources depending on the policy. For example, if a resource is created without the required tags, Azure can automatically add the missing tags. Automatic remediation ensures that compliance is maintained without manual intervention. This reduces the administrative burden of enforcing policies and ensures continuous compliance across your resources. Policy inheritance. Policies can be applied at a higher level such as management group or subscription and automatically inherited by all underlying resources. Policy inheritance simplifies management by ensuring that policies are consistently applied deployed across multiple resource groups or even entire subscriptions without the need to manually assign policies to each resource. Auditing and reporting. Azure Policy generates audit logs and compliance reports that can be accessed via the Azure Monitor. These reports help track the effectiveness of policies and provide evidence of compliance for audits. Auditing and reporting capabilities are essential for governance and regulatory compliance. They provide transparency into to resource management and ensure that policies are enforced and followed across the organization. Best practices for implementing uh, Azure policies. Start with built-in policies. Before creating custom policy, explore the built-in options Azure offers. These policies address many common compliance needs and save time. Apply policies gradually. When implementing new policy, apply them in stages, starting with less critical resource. This allows you to monitor the impact of policy and avoid unintended disruptions. Use policy parameters. Leverage parameters within policy defined to allow flexibility while maintaining control over resource. For example, you can allow deployments in multiple regions by defining those regions as parameters. Continuously monitor the compliance status of your resources using Azure Policies dashboard. Regular audits help identify non-compliant resources. Automate remediation. Use Azure's automatic remediation capabilities to correct non-compliant resources automatically. This ensures your environment stays compliant without manual intervention. Integrate with Azure Blueprints. Azure Blueprints allow you to package policies, role assignments, and resource groups into a single reusable template, ensuring that new environments are automatically compliant. Collaborate with government terms. Work closely with compliance and government. Best practice for Azure security. Regular patching and updates. Keeping your Azure environment updated with the latest patches is a critical security practice. Regular updates help protect your environment from vulnerabilities that could be exploited by attackers. Use multi-factor authentication. MFA adds an extra layer of protection beyond just a username and password. It's one of the easiest and most effective ways to enhance security to your environment. Azure provides detailed logs of all activities within your environment. By monitoring this log, you can quickly identify and respond to unusual or suspicious activity. Data loss can occur for a variety of reasons, from hardware failure to ransom attacks. Having a disaster recovery plan in place with regular backups ensure that you can recover quickly in the event of an incident. Follow the principle of least privilege. Assign users the minimum permissions they need to perform their jobs. By limiting the potential for internal threats and mitigate the risk of compromised accounts. Use Azure Security Center. Security Center provides a centralized view of your security posture. It offers recommendations for improving your security based on best practices and real-time threat detection. Secure networking. Use Azure networking features like network security groups and Azure Firewall to control traffic into and out of your virtual networks. This helps prevent unauthorized access to your resources. Encryption. Ensuring that sensitive data is encrypted both in transit and at rest. Azure provides built-in encryption capabilities, making it easier to protect your data from unauthorized access. Educate your team. Human error is one of the biggest risks to security. Regular training ensures that your team understands and follows security best practices, reducing the likelihood of mistakes that could lead to breach. Continuous security improvement. Security is an ongoing process. Regularly review and update your security strategies to keep pace with evolving threats and changing organization needs. So I would look your part. So I would conclude. So this conclusion, your part to a secure Azure environment. Recap of key takeaways. Today we covered essential Azure security concepts including RBC, policies, compliance and best practices. These are fundamental building blocks for a secure Azure environment. Proactive security approach, adopting a proactive approach to security through continuous monitoring, regular audits and compliance checks helps ensure your Azure environment and remains secure over time. The importance of collaboration. Security is a team effort. Your organization's IT security and compliance teams must work together to leverage security policies are effectively implemented and followed. Leveraging Azure tools. Azure provides a wide range of tools for security and compliance. By leveraging these tools, you can automate many aspects of your security strategy, reducing the workload on your IT team while improving security. Adaptability and future proofing. Cloud security. uh, Cloud security is constantly evolving. Staying informed about the latest security trends, threats, and best practices will help you keep your environment security as new challenge ahead. A secure environment not only protects your data but also builds trust with your customers and partners. In today's business lineup, security is a key differentiator. Compliance is a competitive advantage. Organizations that can demonstrate strong compliance with industry regulations have a competitive advantage in the marketplace. Compliance builds confidence and trust with customers. Real-time threat detection. Azure real-time threat detection capabilities allow you to identify and respond to threats quickly, reducing the risk of data breaches and other security incidents. Security as an ongoing journey. Security is not a one time project but an ongoing journey. By continuously improving your security posture, you will be able better equipped to face future challenges. Final thoughts. Thank you for your attention and participation. Let's take these insights and apply them to build a more secure and compliant Azure environment, ensuring a safer future for your organization. So, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to everyone for attending today's session. Your commitment to learning about Azure security is commendable. Security is a priority for every organization, and I hope today's session has provided you with a valuable insights that you can apply within your teams. Please feel free to reach out if you have any further questions or would like to dive deeper into any specific topics we covered today. We'll now open the floor for any final questions. This is your opportunity to clarify any points or raise any concerns that may not have addressed. I will leave my contact info for those who you wish to continue the conversation beyond today's presentation. As we move forward, I encourage you to review your current Azure security practices and start implementing the best practices we discussed today. Stay curious and continue learning about Azure's evolving security tools and services. The field of cloud security is always changing, and keeping up to date is essential. Remember, securing your environment is a team effort. Share what you have learned today with your colleagues and work together to create a more secure Azure environment. Once again, thank you for your time and participation. Your dedication to security is what helps make the cloud a safer place for everyone. I wish you all the best in your Azure security journey. Stay secure and continue to build resilient and cloud environments that support your organization's growth. So, I would like to thank each and everyone who have supported my Azure series from part 1 to this part 4. I hope these sessions are informative and also useful for you and helps you to increase your knowledge and also expand your practical knowledge and helps in implementing these things and these practices and the knowledge that you gain through these sessions in your projects and real life scenarios. I hope you're enjoying my sessions a lot and hope today also you have enjoyed these sessions. So why let's meet in a new series, that is in a new session again. with a new topic. So I would be back again, sharing in information and with a good knowledge to be shared. Until then, bye. Let's meet in the engaging next session. Until then, bye bye. Hope all are good. Enjoy your weekend and enjoy learning, and always be happy in learning. Thank you. Bye bye.